how do you create boundaries? I'm terrible at creating boundaries. Absolutely, like my boundaries are awful. Had a not many conversations with my ex girlfriend while we were together, and she was just like, "Adam, you got to create boundaries. Like, you don't understand. You allow these people into your space to disturb your peace, and not that it's over the top, you know what I mean? But you just allow these people into your space because you don't create boundaries, like you don't say no. How did you create boundaries?
I think that it started with my family, like reaching out to my mom and dad and just telling them the truth about how I felt. And then I'm just like, oh, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. So, telling a friend or telling a stranger no, that's gonna be easy. So I think it started with the hard stuff first, you know, the family and telling them no, or either just telling them the truth and creating that boundary. And I'm still working on that. Like I'm so nice that it's hard for me to say no. Like I can't lie. Like some people tell me I'm too humble, and it's like, really, I just thought that was like, common, decency, like respect, like a respect thing. But because I like to show respect, because it goes back to the old saying, like I was raised, by my mom and dad, of course, but I was around my grandmother a lot. And, she just like treat people how you want to be treated. So I think that I do that a lot. Like I really treat people that are close to me how I want to be treated. And sometimes I guess that comes off to people as like I'm too humble or I'm too nice. And I get that because I know I do need to create boundaries. So I think that what helped me was starting out with the hard stuff, which it just happened, but creating a boundary with my family, and telling them no and realizing like it feels good to tell people no.
It does.
I don't feel bad anymore because it's like I saved that energy for myself because over the years I've just put so much energy into you all right, you okay, whatever. And it's like now I put that energy into myself and it's like it's okay. But the crazy thing is people think that once you learn something, it's all good. Like, okay, I'm good now. But it's like even when I say no, like I just told you, it feels good. But at the same time, that I'm still human. So a little part of me be like, damn, I hate I had to tell them no. But then like
Yeah.
I think that I'm learning so much and evolving so much that after I get past that, damn, I hate I had to tell them no. I'm like, man, it feels good that I didn't have to go do anything for them. Like now I can just chill and put energy into myself. So I think that's the thing. People think that it's either this or that. And it's like, no, like, yes, I've created boundaries and I tell people no, but like I'm still human. And a little part of me is like, I hate that I had to tell them no because I love them, And but after that, after I get over that little moment, after like 5 minutes, I'm just like, I'm glad I told them no.
Man, and that's the thing, don't you hate when you make a decision that's best for you? You know it's the decision that you wanted to make, but at the same time, you let someone down that you care about. And you're sitting there and it's like, well, it was me or you. Either I was going to be doing something I didn't want to do, or I made you unhappy about my decision. And 9 times out of 10, my decision to not do this for you because I don't want to. I'm no longer enabling you or enabling your behavior.
Number
I'm
one,
helping you become better and more resourceful. But at the
fact.
same time, it's still part of you is like, fuck, I didn't want to do
Because we're human and like that's just part of us is if you got a big heart, you're just like, damn, I had to tell them no because you want to help them because you've been to church, help thy neighbor, like blah blah blah. And it's like, but there comes a point where you just have to let that person hit rock bottom and figure it out because you helping them is doing nothing but enabling them, like you said.
and the being the good neighbor part, man, I think the most devastating part of it is that when you do things like out of good faith and you realize that you're one of the few people doing it. Like one of the things I've learned by having a few like homegirls, and they start telling me some stuff that dudes be telling them and be doing. And then
Mm-hmm.
you be sitting here and you be like, bro, that's how people moving out here in these streets for real. Like,
Right.
I thought it was like off limits to Dirty Mac. You know what I mean? Like, don't dap me up and then try to holler at my girl. I don't care if you holler at my girl. That's like, I expect her to make the right decision, but don't dap me up if you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? And then you find out,
It's a morals and ethics thing. Like, why
right?
I don't got no morals or ethics? Like, okay.
And then you find out people don't have these morals or ethics, and some of it is stuff that it don't matter to be like somebody that you know who will be like, yeah, bro, I don't be tricking none of that. Then you come, then one of they little tenders let you know that they tricking. I don't care if you tricking. I don't judge you for tricking because I spend my money where I don't want to spend my time. So if I want to maintain a relationship somewhere and I don't necessarily want to spend my time there, I I ain't saying I'm dropping a bag, but and sometimes I spend my money and my time in one place. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't mind doing nice shit for people. But I put it out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the podcast saying it. Yeah, I spend a little money. And that's me.
Right.
Judge it or not, but I ain't gonna come in to no group chat like, hell nah, bro. I ain't tricking on these hoes. What I look like? Nah,
Right.
I'll feel something.
It's all about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And like what you just said reminded me of like when I do say yes, it's like that's because I've done had the conversation with myself. Like this ain't gonna hurt me, and I know I'm doing it for this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like I hate when people think that it's either this or that. Like this or that. Like I'm telling everybody no, and it's like I'm not telling everybody no. I'm saying yes sometimes, but I've had to have that conversation with myself. Like yeah, I'm gonna do this, and like that's not gonna hurt me, cause like it's just a conversation with myself, and like I'm good with doing this, and that's okay.
And life isn't yes and no. It's not hot or cold. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
there's so much gray area, nuance to everything. You know what I mean?
and different things, different strokes for different folks. That's the perfect way to just sum that up. Like everybody's life isn't the same. So